Alright, what's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are enjoying your day. So we're about 2 hours away from this epic Game 6 matchup between the Clippers and the Suns. And me personally, I feel that the Suns, they have to close this out tonight. Don't forget about the fact that Game 7's in Phoenix. You have to close this out tonight because you cannot give any room to the Clippers. If you let them force a Game 7, I'm telling you right now, the Suns will be in serious trouble because they would have choked a 3-1 lead. Do not give them any room. End this tonight and advance to the conference finals. But, we're not here to talk about that. That's not what this video is about. This video is about Giannis because we did get an update regarding his injury situation. So, they did run some tests on that left knee, and they found no ligament damage. So, all of his ligaments are fine. There's no tears. There's nothing there. It is structurally sound. So, that is great news for the Bucks. His knee is going to be fine. Because had there been a tear or something, he would have needed surgery, which would have potentially taken him out of not only this series, but it would have gone into next year, and he probably would have missed most, if not all, of next season. So it's good that there's no ligament damages, there's no tears, nothing like that. It's structurally sound. That left knee is going to be all right. So he's going to be good long term. However, because he did hyperextend his knee, and it definitely was a pretty ugly injury, we don't exactly know how long he's going to be out. There's a good chance he may miss the rest of this series. They've already announced that he's doubtful to play tomorrow night in Game 5. So there's a good chance he could miss the rest of this series. Which, if you're a Bucks fan, that has to be dangerous. That has to really hurt. That's got to be a shocker because right now, I don't trust this Bucks team to get it done. It seems like all the momentum has gone the Hawks' way. They found a way to win Game 4 without Trae Young, so it just looks like everything's going bad for the Bucks right now. But again, you got to be happy that at least there's no long-term damage for Giannis, and he will be fine for next season. But in terms of right now, again, with an injury like that, the way it looked, I don't know if he'll be available to play for a Game 6 because these matchups are happening every other day. Will he really be ready in time to even be able to go for a Game 6? I have doubts about that. Even if a Game 7 was to be forced, I still have doubts he'd be able to play in that game too. So I think at this point, it's up to Chris Middleton and Jrue Holiday to carry this team. If they have any chance to get to the finals, it has to be these two guys taking the charge. And again, we don't exactly know about Trae Young's situation either. He may not play in Game 5. We don't know. We haven't heard about that yet, but we already know he's dealing with an injury himself. But if he doesn't play in Game 5, well, for one, we'll have a Game 5 tomorrow night where there's no Giannis and no Trae Young, which would just be terrible. It'd be terrible. But at the same time, you would look at the situations and look at both teams, and honestly, if it comes down to a matchup without the two stars going up against each other, I'm looking at the Hawks to take this away. What they showed in Game 4 just shows me they're a much more disciplined, a much more complete team, and mostly they just play better team basketball than the Bucks. The way the Bucks choose to play basketball is so frustrating, and it's just stupid. You have all this size on the team, and you are clearly dominating in the paint. These guys cannot stop you. You're too tall, you're too big, you're too strong. You are bullying these guys in the paint. Yet you guys continue to just take threes for no reason. Giannis can get to the basket anytime he wants. Jrue Holiday can get to the basket anytime he wants. Chris Middleton can get to the basket anytime he wants. And even then, his mid-range is killer. So when they attack the paint, they attack the basket, Atlanta struggles to stop them because they don't have the size to. So clearly the advantage for the Bucks is attacking the paint. Yet for some reason, these guys decide to shoot all these threes. For what? You are not a good three-point shooting team, yet you continue to shoot all these threes. It's what they did in Game 4, and again, I don't see them smartening up and deciding, let's just attack the paint the entire time. Because it's been plenty of situations where they've done this, and it's like, you clearly are effective in the paint, but they continue to take the threes. It's like they are obsessed with shooting threes for no reason. I don't understand this. You have a clear advantage. They cannot stop you. The mismatch in the post is clear as day to everybody. But you keep taking threes. Why? I don't know. I just don't trust the Bucks. If Giannis is not coming back for the rest of this series, I do not trust the Bucks. Not to mention Chris Middleton has been very inconsistent and continues to be inconsistent. One game, he'll give you a great performance, a superstar level of performance, and he'll save the day and he'll come up clutch. Next game, he's a no-show. What can I do with that? Maybe he shows up in game 5 and balls out, but maybe in game 6 he doesn't show up. Who knows? I don't know. And Jrue Holiday has been even more inconsistent than Chris Middleton. So these are the two guys you have to trust to get the job done if Giannis is not coming back. That's going to be tough. That's going to be tough. The Hawks have already shown that they can find ways to win even without Trae Young. Because that's what happened yesterday. Lou Williams got the tone started for them early on. He set the tone, and everybody just started playing well. Like, we already knew. Once I saw Capella make that shot, that crazy trick shot, that behind the backboard shot. Like, how did he make that? He's behind the backboard, and he shoots it up, and it somehow gets in. Once we saw that shot going, we knew the game was over. But, again, I don't trust the Bucks. I don't trust them. The way they're playing basketball right now is stupid. And, like, Budenholzer needs to be held accountable. I don't know why he's not, like, call these dudes up. Do you not see this yourself? You guys are bullying them in the paint. You have the size. You have the advantage. That is where you're having most of your success. Yet you keep being obsessed. You keep being completely obsessive with these threes. Why are you taking all of these threes? It does not make sense. Why are you shooting all these threes? Please explain. You're dominating this team in the paint, but you keep shooting these threes. Well, Bucks are going to have to figure something out, at least for Game 5, because Giannis is not going to play there. Who knows if he gets to play in Game 6? We'll have to see and find out about that. But at least for Game 5, the Bucks are going to have to play without Giannis. Will they be able to put it together and somehow find a way to win this game? I don't know, man. I'm just not trusting the Bucks. I came into the series telling the Bucks, do not underestimate what the Hawks can bring. And I seriously thought the Bucks would at least have that mindset. And because of that, I thought the Bucks could win this in 6 or 7 games. They're still within that range. But based on what Atlanta's shown me, I don't trust it. I think Atlanta, they're just more sound as a team. They're more fundamentally sound. And they're just playing smarter basketball. They're playing smarter basketball. They're not trying to force anything up. They're moving the ball around well. And they're working to their strengths. And it's bringing in success. That's what they did in Game 4. That was great team basketball. Everybody showed up. And it's working for them. This Hawks team is such a great team. They're such a fundamentally sound team. And they're just doing what they need to do. Meanwhile, the Bucks continue to dominate in the paint. And yet they choose to ignore that and shoot all these threes. What are you going to do? But anyway, we'll see what happens in Game 5. Giannis, long term, is going to be fine. That knee's going to be fine. But I don't know if he's going to be good enough to go for a Game 6. He's definitely going to be out tomorrow night. So we'll see what happens. If Giannis is done, I think it's over for the Bucks. I don't think they're getting to the finals. If Giannis cannot come back in this series, I just don't see how the Bucks are going to be able to win the next 2 games or win at least 2 of the final 3 games and advance to the finals. The only way they can do that is if they smarten up and start realizing that all these threes they're chucking up is not getting you anywhere. Attack the paint. That is your strength. Attack the paint, bully these guys, attack, drive, get to the basket. Stop taking all these damn threes. The sooner you guys realize that, the better. But we'll see what happens. With that being said, that is all I got, and I'm out of here, man. Peace.